Call the member for Maroochydore.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I want to add to my contributions in regard to youth justice issues on the Sunshine Coast, and one of the most concerning aspects of youth justice has been safety at the Maroochydore bus station. And I've been asking the government to clarify what they have done to upgrade CCTV there. Now, obviously, a police presence, security presence is vitally important as well. But the CCTV there was supposed to be upgraded. It's still not clear what has actually been done in that regard, and I call on the government again to please outline what works have been done, because if it takes days to get access, that can also inhibit police actions to follow up where there's been crimes, and unfortunately there's been quite significant crimes. Now, we acknowledge the majority of kids are great kids. There are those who get into a bit of trouble, but there's a hardcore of those who are creating most of the issues. And what my high school principals and teachers are telling me is they've seen a move down in the age group of those who are potentially at risk and starting to commit crimes, and they will say they can identify kids, particularly around years 5 and 6, years 7, but before they get into high school in those years 5 and 6, and there is a need for early intervention at that stage as well. And there's certainly been some good new programs introduced, I'll acknowledge, on the Sunshine Coast, and my principals in the schools have been very proactive in this space. One of the comments that's come back, which I thought was very interesting, though, they said they did not know, even though there's some very good youth agencies and people doing good stuff, they did not know who had the money, what it was and where it was being spent. And I think so many times you get silos, good people doing what they can, but it's not necessarily been that clear. And you have to have the educational system involved in this as well. You need those within the school sector who are identifying the kids who are particularly at risk early, to be able to ensure that there is a coordinated approach to that. And I commend a number of my high schools and primary schools who recognise this, but it's also important that when we do put resources into this area, that they're not 9 to 5. Youth workers working with police need to be able to work outside of 9 to 5. And there have been more recent moves to address this. It is important because guess what? The kids who are out on the streets and unfortunately creating problems in our public transport system, they're not 9 to 5. And I've had family members of young people who are getting into trouble with the law saying their kids are going everywhere on the free public transport. It's not supposed to be free, but they're treating it as free. And we need to ensure the resources are targeted to where the kids are and when they're out there and where the issues are.